Hi everyone, it's Darren Hunter here. I'm with Rachel Thomas, who is the property manager with Jackson Bell Property on the Central Coast, New South Wales. Now, Rachel, you've completed a fee maximisation campaign with your portfolio, and I think before you started, one of the reasons you wanted to do that was because you had a lot of owners on there that had come over with a purchase rent roll where the fees were very low.
Yeah, they were on ridiculous fees. Some of them we were losing money on. It was quite a joke.
So you wanted to, of course, increase the fees with your current owners. Owners had always been with you, plus also that rent roll. But when we had a chat and we talked about putting up fees, did you have any fears or apprehensions about doing it? Did you have any reservations?
I think there was always going to be a bit of a fear factor in it until I did it. Obviously, I've been doing training with you guys for a while. So even with our owners that I've taken on over the last 12 months, my fees have increased as I've taken on different owners. And it was to bring up those owners as well to keep up with the cost of running a business. But I was definitely sort of a little bit worried, but I did have faith in the system that it would work.
Yeah, no, that's great. And you did certainly stick by our formula. Well done. But so what were some of the apprehensions that you may have had? Do you remember?
I was totally terrified that owners were going to ring and yell at me.
Okay.
That was fear number one. And I think that I was worried that we would lose more managements than we did just based on owners being tight with their money. Obviously, An investment is supposed to make money. And I thought we would lose more based on that fact.
Yep. Now, there were fees that we rolled out that, quite frankly, I've never seen charged before in New South Wales, particularly a lease renewal fee is at a very high level, plus with the other fees as well that we rolled out. And I believe we did routine inspections, correct?
Yes, yep. So since we've done our training, I've now implemented it on new managements as well.
Yes.
And have had little to no question about it at all.
Yep. So let's talk about that. Now, the thing is with routine inspections, constantly we get Queensland, Victoria, New South Wales agencies say you can't charge routine inspections. You'll never be able to do it. Owners will never, never accept it. But so you've rolled out these fees. And, what actually happened? What sort of phone calls did you get? What sort of resistance did you get? How did you deal with it?
When we rolled it out with our existing clients, there was only one landlord that questioned the routine inspection fee. And he said that he wanted to go down to one inspection a year. And I just explained to him, look, that's not what we do. We do 3 a year because of X, Y, and Z. And he was like, okay, no worries. That's fine then.
Yep.
So, and with new clients, I think that we build enough of a relationship prior to even discussing fees that most of the time our clients won't even look at our fees. They'll just sign the agreement and go, no worries, here you go. So they don't question it. They just assume that what we're charging is obviously covering all of our services at a high quality.
Yep. Now, as I said, your fees are, compared to other typical agents in New South Wales, your fees are, quite high. Now, there are a lot of discounters in your area, just like all marketplaces. How did you go, feeling putting your fees up, yet you've got strong discounters in the area?
It was definitely a nerve-wracking thing. The other fees that we charge, obviously, there are some in there that most people don't charge. The management fee is the biggest discounter that people give out. But I think that I had done a lot of your mindset training, which I think really, really helped in terms of sticking to my guns and not discounting and lots of the fee scripts that you've got. You find one that sort of works for you and you just stick with that one that's always going to work for you.
You find the card that works for you and you just play that.
Yeah, even in that podcast and stuff, there's like 30 different fee scripts that you can use. And you just find the one that fits you and your personality and your script, and it flows. Like, it's so easy. And since then, I haven't discounted once.
Okay.
And it means, yes, we've lost some business.
Yeah. So you lost a small handful. You know, what was the quality of business that you lost in all?
When we did our fee increase, so we lost a couple of properties. Some I was hands down didn't mind. They were from the rent roll that we'd purchased, and obviously weren't usually properties that we would take on. And you know, I think that those owners are ones that they were definitely the ones thinking about money at the end of the day. They sort of didn't even speak to us. They just sent an email saying, here's my notice. Obviously, they decided that money was more important at the end of the day than service, and that's unfortunate for them. But I just hold a little hope in the back of my head in 6 months' time, they'll come crawling back.
No, well done. So, okay, what would you say to business owners or people like yourself that are thinking about putting up their fees or would like to put up their fees, but they're too fearful of doing it? They think there's too many discounters down the road or their owners will leave. What's your message to them?
I think if you have enough faith in yourself, then it's easy. You've just got to believe that you're worth what you charge. It took me a little while to get my head around the routine inspection fee and a couple of others that we did increase. But once I took a week to sort of sit down and actually think about it, it made sense. You know, I am worth these fees. It's time and effort to do everything. You know, we still need to get paid. The company still needs to make money at the end of the day. That's part of being in business and running a business. I think that the plan that you set out for us, it works, and you just have to stick to it dot by dot and believe in yourself at the end of the day.
Okay, so looking back and looking at where you're at now, what's your biggest learning curve, or what's the thing that you've taken out the most?
I think my confidence in myself grew a lot in what I am worth. I think that business and personal life relate a lot. So that sort of flowed into my personal life as well about my self-worth. And that my owners clearly have a lot of faith in me. I have built a good relationship with them, and that this is something that I can continue on in future. Obviously, you know, in 5 years' time, the cost of living will have increased, so the cost of running a business will have increased, and then we're going to have to do it all again.
Yeah.
So it's definitely sort of something that is not a one-off. You can continuously use it for the next 50 years.
Well, I honestly believe, Rachel, if you weren't good at what you do, you wouldn't have got the level of success that you've got, because you're very good at your service and looking after your clients. So that's really the secret in the sauce. So I just want to say thank you very much, and I really appreciate you sharing.
No worries. Thank you.